It's not that I'm not happy to see you. It's just that I was hoping it was the Divine One returning back from her date with Mr. Sir. It has taken far too long for a simple meal. No doubt the sinister Sir is pressuring Brenda to satisfy his lustful
Will you
urges.
stop with this, please?
It's just Brenda's a delicate flower, and Mr. Sir doesn't understand that.
Sonny does understand Brenda a lot better than you do.
Okay, maybe he's known her for longer than I have, but I see past her luminous looks to the beauty of her inner soul. We must save her from his selfish advances to the restaurant and not.
If you were concerned about helping Brenda, you would find the guy who's trying to kill her. I have your attention now? Okay, we may think Jack, the Balkans guy, is talking to, it might be Jerry Jacks.
That would be an astonishing twist.
Yeah, so we need to know if Jerry's working with the Balkan.
He would be a most lethal and determined hired
There's a
gun.
possibility that Jerry is the Balkan. We don't know. We need to figure out where he is and what this guy's up to.
Jacko is on the case.
Yeah, I'll do the surveillance first thing tomorrow. Yeah, everything's the same. No, no, nothing has changed. Yeah, okay, I'll be there. You got it. Okay.
Close with his mother, Jane. Why don't you start with her?
I'll do a search of her outgoing and incoming calls.
Okay. What?
I think I hear footsteps. Mr. Sir is circling like a shark, preparing for an attack.
Will you just leave him alone, Spinelli?
He's being far too familiar for a first date. I greatly fear she won't be able to withstand his advances.
No, I know, Maxie. You've got the best of intentions, and so do I, but I think maybe it's time that we let Mac and Alexis kind of figure this out on their own if they want to date. I know Thanksgiving is one thing, but, you know, Can I call you back?
My brother's a wanted criminal.
I have a date with Sonny.
That's nice. I don't want you leaving here.
Well, okay. If you have a problem with it, why don't you just call him and take it up with him?
This is protection, not imprisonment. We believe Jerry Jacks is working with the Balkan.
What?
Well, Jerry's done a lot of crazy things.
Yeah, well, Jax would never let Jerry hurt me, so...
Okay, Jerry's not the guy you think you know. I don't know if you know this, but he took dozens of hostages at the Metro Court. He shot Rob and he shot Max. Okay, yeah, Jax can't control his brother. Nobody can. That's why you're staying put. You're safe here, and I'll explain it. Yeah?
Yeah, I found something at my place. I think you need to see it.
Okay,
I'll be right over.
What? I'll come with you.
No. You're staying
Why
here.
not?
Just stay there. Hey, yeah, it's me. Brenda needs you. Right now.
Jax, your mother's our best. Realize what he's doing, right?
Okay,
He's about to put us in the middle, which,
you know how
in my opinion,
dangerous-
is incredibly unfair.
You know how dangerous Jerry is. Brenda cannot leave this apartment for any reason.
the Jacko is well aware of the grave danger the Divine One
I'm
faces.
trusting you to keep Brenda here, no matter what she tries to pull.
I'm not gonna pull anything.
Okay, I don't
that's
care if she
Molly.
begs or she cries or she asks you to elope.
Elope? I'm sure such a thing never occurred to the Divine One.
And don't turn your back. She'll hit you over the head.
Oh, thanks for bringing that one up. That's really, I was desperate that day. I would never hit you over the head.
The Jacko shall not fail to protect the Divine One even from herself.
Good. Don't play any games with this guy, okay?
Yeah, I have plans. Like that last night, I would have noticed.
Yeah, somebody definitely broke into your apartment.
Okay, right, that nothing was taken. Do you think Jerry knows that we're on?
Well, Jerry knows the best way to distract me is by threatening you.
Yeah, but Jason, I've got a lot of enemies because of my work.
Yeah, I know, but this looks like you're being stalked.
So you think it's Jerry?
Well, you're unfinished business for Jerry, so it would make sense that he'd come after you first. Okay, hold on. Are you sure you want to do it this way?
Yeah, I'm sure.
You sure? Because you can move
No,
with me. I already told you.
I
You can
know.
stay.
That's very nice, but this is my home. Jerry's not gonna scare me out of here. Jason, I am armed and extremely dangerous.
It's not a joke.
I know, I'm just saying. If he tries to break in here again, I'm ready.
Okay, just promise me that you're gonna play it smart, okay?
I will, if you will. No, Maxie, there's no way she's gonna fall for that again. I know. Look, I had a good time on Thanksgiving, too. I think she did, yeah. They both did. It's just we can't. They're adults. Let the chips fall where they may. Oh, I know. Oh, I can't wait to go show.
Hey! You lay another hand on her and you're dead. This is where it ends, Jerry. Turn around. Turn around! Son of a bitch. You have one chance to live. You tell me everything you know about Jerry Jack, starting with where I can find him.
A mistake.
You're gonna tell me right now where Jerry Jack's is. What? Here.
So you're the one who broke into my apartment. Why?
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna make this real simple. I will kill you without thinking twice. You think I'm bluffing?
No,
I'll ask, you answer. Why did you target Sam?
I was hired.
By who?
The man whose name you just said.
Jerry Jacks.
Yes,
What was the plan?
I was to grab Miss McCall and await further instructions.
What do you know about the Balkan? Is he Jerry Jacks? You okay?
Hey. Jason called me. Who's your friend?
This is one of Jerry Jacks' guys.
How did you happen to meet him?
He found me. He broke into my apartment more than once, and then he jumped me out here.
Oh, well, he won't be bothering you anymore.
Yeah, that's obvious.
Hey, look, I'm all good for mutual cooperation as far as the Balkan's concerned, but don't be calling me for cleanup detail every
I
time you
didn't
feel like
kill
wasting
this guy.
No, this was a sniper
Yeah,
fire.
he tried to grab Sam, and I was questioning him about Jerry.
What did he tell you?
Well, he said that Jerry hired him. Then I asked if Jerry was the Balkan, and the shot came from up there, and I fired back. I saw something move, and I just ran up to see if the sniper was there, but he was gone, but there was some blood on the leg.
So you got him.
I don't know how bad or how far he was able to go. We can use?
Well, there's a few names and numbers. This phone service hasn't been in operation long. All calls are received, not made. All local numbers.
It's pretty crazy if Jerry's in town, nobody's seen him.
Yeah, but it might not be crazy if Jerry doesn't look like Jerry anymore. Hasn't he changed his face before?
That could be a complication.
Hey,
What's up?
it's a close call. Mike almost had me busted down a clerical until I mentioned Jerry Jackson's name. He's turned on a dime. He said the guy needs to be stopped by any means necessary. This guy, I mean, he has no friends anywhere.
Jerry is pretty ruthless, and I think if Sam's going to be involved, she should probably know everything.
All right, well, look, we think the Balkan is after Brenda because he knows that she killed his son. If Jerry Jacks is the Balkan, that means this is personal, it's about family, and this whole thing just got a lot more unpredictable. Yeah, let's figure out a timeline, figure out what we know. The Balkan's son, Alexander Yanicek, dies in 2007.
But the Balkan doesn't know for sure he's dead because there's no body.
Body's showing up in a New Jersey swamp 3 years later.
Right, now the Balkan knows that his son is dead, and he wants to find out who killed him, which leads him to Brenda. Assuming that he knew Alexander went after Brenda left him.
Safe assumption, Brenda is almost grabbed by the Balkan in Rome, but he fails.
And then Jason brings Brenda back to Port Charles.
And the Balkan comes after her.
So far through intermediaries.
Right, but they're not getting the job done, which makes somebody like Jerry Jacks, whose brother has ties to Brenda, a perfect fit for the next go-between.
Well, unless Jerry Jacks is the Balkan.
There's no way for us to figure that out. We can't even figure out who I shot on the roof.
Well, maybe we can. Have Alexander Yanicek's autopsy. Okay, we could announce the body's gonna be released and see who comes to claim it.
I don't know. The Balkan's gone through a lot of trouble to protect his identity. I don't think he's going to be so stupid to walk into a police station and collect his son's remains, especially if it's Jerry. He's not going to make a public appearance.
No, but he's not gonna leave his son's body there to rot.
Yeah, if he doesn't come himself, he's gonna send somebody.
Yeah, or break in and steal it. I don't know, but either way, Alexander's body could lead us straight to the Balkan.
Well, thanks for coming by.
Has been very careful covering his tracks, keeping his identity secret. But now that we know that he had a son, I mean, that gives us the advantage, something we can use to draw him out.
Yeah, but even if the police release Alexander's remains, we're still stuck in a holding pattern waiting for someone to show up to New Jersey to claim a body. That's if somebody shows up.
No, the Balkan's been coming after Brenda because he thinks she has information about Alexander's death. I mean, does this sound like a guy who's gonna leave his son sitting around in a morgue?
I don't know. I think staking out the morgue might be our best chance to catch the Balkan.
Wait, I think I could do one better. What if we can find a way to bring the Balkan to us? That Alexander's body be transferred to GH for a secondary autopsy. Once the results are in the body, he can be released from the morgue. If the Balkan wants to have any kind of burial for his son, he's got to come pick up the body or he's got to send someone to come do it for him. Either way, we got this guy boxed in.
Wait a minute, won't a second autopsy raise all sorts of red flags? Won't it draw attention to what really happened the night of Alexander's shooting?
Look, second autopsies happen all the time in murder investigations. I can just go with the story I told Ronnie, that we initially thought that Janacek was the Balkan, but now that proved to be false, but they still might be connected somehow.
I like it. I like the plan. But we're gonna need somebody at the hospital.
Okay, I'll talk to Steve Weber. Okay. If he gives you okay, then we shouldn't have any problem. I'll let you know.
All right.
Look, I know this is the only lead we have to go on, but I wouldn't be surprised if it turned up being a dead end. I don't think the Balkan is going to be drawn out so easily.
Yeah, see, but Alexander knew the Balkan's son. And that changes everything. For once, maybe the Balkan was too emotional to make a smart choice.
I heard...
The hospital is gonna call the police. You cannot take this chance.
No, it's fine, it's fine. I know somebody who can help.
Are you okay?
Yep.
Jason, it's me. I'm in trouble.
Where are you?
Baker Street. I heard a guy. It's bad.
It's a freaking lunatic. Calling the cops.
It's probably best to forget this ever happened.
Well, you're not the one bleeding, so just stay the hell out of it. Wait a minute, I know you. You work for Sonny Corinthos.
No cops, is that clear?
Yeah, sure. I don't want any trouble.
What happened?
Jason, this is Abby. Hey.
This guy was all over Abby. He was saying things, touching her, so
It was just a misunderstanding. I mean, Rodney is a regular at the club, and he gets a little grabby, but he's harmless.
I'm sorry for any trouble.
It's okay. Look, I should get to work. You know, I can't afford to be late.
Wait, hold on, I'll go with you.
Now, you're lucky I got here before the cops did.
Yeah, no, it won't happen again.
No, it can't happen again, or you're gonna be back in Pentonville. Okay, why don't you tell me what happened back there?
All right. I told you what happened.
Well, I want you to start at the beginning.
Abby and I were talking. This guy walked up. He recognized her from the club. He said that he wanted a lap dance, and she better make it worth his while. Then he started rubbing her arm and treating her like a piece of meat. I told him to back off. Then he made a comment about how she gets paid to be touched, and I just lost it.
Did Abby ask for your help?
I wasn't gonna stand there and watch her get groped. He had no right putting his hands on her like that.
I understand that you want to defend Abby, that you want to defend anybody in that kind of situation,
Well, but I
you
took it too far. I don't care. The guy had it coming. I'm just sorry he stood back up.
Okay, I know that you were trying to help Abby, but if she was okay with the way that
Abby wasn't okay with it.
Did she say that?
No, she didn't have to. I can tell by the way she was tensing up. Abby didn't want to be touched, and I know what that's like.
I didn't realize that you and Abby were friends.
Yeah. She's nice. Easy to talk to. Kind of helps that Sam already told her how messed up I am, so I don't have to pretend around her.
I'm sure Abby is nice, Michael, but she works in a strip club. It's probably not the best idea for
Yeah,
you.
just to pay for school. It's not like she likes taking her clothes off for like that dude tonight.
Yeah, whatever, but she sees dozens of those guys every night. You can't go around fighting them all.
I know, I told you it's not gonna happen.
It can't happen again because you're still on parole. You have to be careful with the people that you spend time with. You have to avoid situations that could get you in trouble. Hey, how's Abby?
Fine, she made it to work on time. Nobody asked any questions.
Does she seem okay after what happened?
Yeah, she was just worried about Michael. She didn't want him getting in any trouble.
Michael definitely overreacted, and he knows he can't do it again, or he'll be in Pentonville.
I know Michael shouldn't be fighting, but I gotta say, I'm kind of glad he stuck up for her because I don't think anybody should be treated
No,
like
they
that.
shouldn't, but Abby is a stripper, and dealing with jerks is part of her
Come
job.
on, I know she knows how to deal
Yeah,
with guys
Abby
like
might be able to
Rodney,
handle
but-
it, but Michael can't. He's overly sensitive to people who have no power. It's no place Michael should be.